Here we go. It's time to talk about some video games. Today we are going to talk about PlayStation 3's NBA Jam. Now there is a lot of different modes in this game. I'm going to be talking about the classic campaign mode. And for this, I am going to tell you that I use the Oklahoma City Thunder because the prospect of using Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook was too enticing. And I loved it. So let's just give you the parameters here. This is the latest. I think it's the latest NBA Jam in the series. It was released in 2010. Here I am reviewing it a decade later because that is how we roll, son. And the classic campaign is very true to form of what the old games brought. They have 6 rows of 6 teams that you'll have to face. You work from left to right, and you have to work your way down each row. Now, at the end of each row, there is a special Legends team that you have to beat. And for the classic campaign, it goes in this order: New York, Atlanta, Detroit, Utah, the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors, and then there is a surprise team when you get to the very end, and that is Team Awesome 1 of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Now, if you get through all of these, there is one last specialty opponent that you have to face. I'm not going to ruin it, but it is pretty comical and drawn. There you go. So this is just your classic NBA Jam, and I actually got bored about 2/3 of the way through because one thing I noticed is the computer in this mode does not change who it's got on the floor, so it didn't really incentivize me to do much changing. The unfortunate part for me was that Jeff Green is the only other player on the Thunder, and so there was times where I maybe used him when I had to go big to beat up on a small team or to match up with a big team. But that's really about it. This is classic NBA Jam. The reason I wanted to highlight this is if you're an NBA fan, and if you played NBA Jam, back when it's first come out, or even the PS2 version, or anything, NBA Streets, any of that stuff, I love when it's the game that gives you new players, but also, like I mentioned, so you're playing all these classic teams. New York had Patrick Ewing and John Starks. Atlanta had Spud Webb and Dominique Wilkins. Detroit had Isaiah Thomas and Bill Laimbeer. Utah had Stockton Malone. The Rockets had Olajuwon and, I can't remember. And then Golden State was Hardaway and Chris Mullin. And then, like I said, you played against Bird and Magic Johnson. That's a great range of really fun players. Like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, I don't believe they were on the original NBA Jam. So, boom, you just got to use them. Also, my beloved Chicago Bulls. So, one of the things that gets unlocked for the Bulls, and this is the Bulls team that has Derrick Rose, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng. You unlock Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. So that is a fun roster to play with. Just saying. That is what you get. That is what you get with this game. Is that they have a good mix of both current and historic players. So definitely check it out. I'll do some of the other modes on this, but classic campaign, NBA Jam PS3 from 2010 is certainly worth the 30 games that it bare minimum it'll take to get through it. For the record, I lost 4 games along the way, and I'm trying to think, it was Orlando and Washington. Those were the 2 teams, honest to God, that I struggled with. Out of all the teams, there was a lot of close games, but those were the 2 teams. I think I lost to Orlando because they have, Jason Richardson and Dwight Howard in their prime. So I lost to them twice, and I believe Washington once. And then I think the other loss might have been the Heat or the Lakers. I'm going to have to go back and check now. But it was 4 losses either way around it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys. Back to it.